She's never lost to a top player like this, and now she's about to face a 4-time Grand Slam champion. A 21-year-old from the Philippines just did something no one in tennis history has ever done. She has beaten an Olympic gold medalist. She has beaten a defending champion. And twice, not once, twice, in the space of 5 weeks, she has taken down a former world number 3 with 20 WTA titles to her name. Her name is Eala, and right now, she is 1 match away from the biggest final of her life. Standing in her way is a 4-time Grand Slam champion, a former world number 1, a woman who has already conquered the Australian Open twice and the US Open twice. Her name is Naomi Osaka, and in a few hours, for the very first time in the history of women's tennis, these 2 Asian superstars are going to walk onto the same court, and only one of them is walking off a finalist. Here's what almost nobody is talking about. Osaka just survived a match so brutal she called it more of a mental match than an actual tennis match. She was down a set. She was spraying unforced errors everywhere. And she was 1 bad game away from an early exit against a player ranked 71st in the world. Meanwhile, on the other side of the draw, Eala has not lost a set to a top 10 opponent in over a month. Not one. So the question isn't just who wins. The question is, has Naomi Osaka just walked into the one matchup she cannot solve? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why this match has the entire tennis world holding its breath, and you are not going to want to miss how this story unfolds. Before we get into it, if you love underdog stories, if you love watching a rising star chase down a legend, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because this is a story that is still being written, and you do not want to miss what happens next. Alright, let's get into it. The stage. Washington, D.C., the Mubadala DC Open, a WTA 500 tournament with a total purse of $1.64 million on the line, and the winner of the semifinal walks away with 500 ranking points and $252,000 in prize money before they've even played the final. This is not some minor stop on the tour. This is a stage that matters, in a season where every single ranking point counts. And on that stage, tennis is about to witness something it has never seen before. For the first time in the history of the sport, 2 of Asia's biggest stars are meeting in a WTA 500 semifinal. On one side, Naomi Osaka, the 3rd seed, the established champion, the face that put Japanese tennis on the map for a new generation. On the other side, Eala, the unseeded 21-year-old from the Philippines who has spent the last several weeks quietly, methodically, dismantling the WTA's elite 1 match at a time. If you had told anyone at the start of this tournament that these 2 would collide in the Final Four, you might have gotten a few raised eyebrows. But if you'd watched the way Eala has been playing, you'd have known this was coming. The rise of Eala. Let's talk about how we got here, because Eala's road to the semifinal is nothing short of a demolition job. It started early. In her opening rounds, Eala took down Zhang Qinwen, an Olympic gold medalist, one of the most explosive ball strikers on tour. That alone would have been a career highlight for most young players. But Eala wasn't finished. Next up was Leylah Fernandez, the defending champion at this very tournament. Gone. Another statement win. And then came the moment that truly announced Eala as a threat to anyone in the draw. Alina Svitolina, a former world number 3, 20 WTA titles. A veteran who has been to Grand Slam semifinals and beaten the best players alive. Eala had already beaten her once, in straight sets, in the Berlin Open quarterfinals 5 weeks earlier, 6-3, 6-4. Everyone assumed that had been a fluke, a good day, a one-off. Svitolina certainly believed it. She came into their rematch in the DC Open quarterfinals hungry, determined, looking for revenge. She didn't get it. The opening set was a war. Both players traded early service breaks, neither one willing to blink. Eala finally broke through, edging ahead through patience and precision rather than power, closing out the first set 6-3. In the second set, Svitolina dug in and threatened to level things, earning break points and putting real pressure on Eala's serve. But Eala weathered every single wave, broke back when it mattered, and closed out the match 6-4 in just 1 hour and 34 minutes. Same scoreline as Berlin. Same result. This time, there was no arguing it was luck. Eala had beaten a former world number 3 twice in 5 weeks, and in doing so, she neutralized one of the most dangerous serves left in the draw, breaking Svitolina's serve a staggering 6 times across the match. "I'm super excited. I hope it lives up to the expectations," Eala said afterward. "I'm definitely going to do everything I can and leave it all on the court. Like always, that win didn't just send her to the semifinals. It marked her 6th victory over a top 10 opponent in 2026 alone, and it was her 3rd semifinal appearance of the season, following runs in Auckland and Berlin. Her record against top 10 players now stands at an eye-popping 8 wins against just 4 losses this year. For a 21-year-old who is still unseeded at most of these events, that is an absurd number. And here's the part that should really worry everyone left in this draw. She did it while barely dropping her composure. Calm, patient, relentless. That's become her signature. The battle that almost broke Osaka. Now let's talk about the other side of the net, because Naomi Osaka's road to the semifinal looked nothing like a coronation. It looked like survival. Osaka, the 4-time Grand Slam champion, the former world number 1, walked into her quarterfinal against Italy's Elisabetta Cacciaretto as the heavy favorite. On paper, this shouldn't have been close. Osaka has won the Australian Open twice. She's won the US Open twice. Cacciaretto entered the match ranked 71st in the world. But rankings on paper mean nothing once the ball is in play, and Cacciaretto was riding a wave of confidence after already knocking out the tournament's 2nd seed earlier in the week. The first set was a disaster for Osaka. She sprayed 18 unforced errors. Cacciaretto broke her serve twice and took the opening set 6-4 in Osaka's favor. Except it wasn't. It went the other way. Cacciaretto took it. For a 4-time major champion, that is the kind of set that ends tournaments. Osaka has the game to blow past almost anyone in the world when her serve and forehand are clicking. But when they're not, she becomes vulnerable in a way that few expect from someone with her resume. "It was just a really rough match," Osaka admitted afterward. "My service percentage was probably really bad, but I feel like I just wanted to fight and compete as hard as I could. And fight she did." In the 2nd set, something shifted. Osaka found her rhythm, dug into long rallies, and started trusting her forehand again. She survived a marathon 9th game to push ahead 5-4, then broke Cacciaretto's serve to force a deciding 3rd set. The 3rd set played out almost like a mirror image of the 2nd. Osaka gave up an early break, looked in danger again, and then clawed her way back, breaking serve when it mattered most to complete the comeback and close out the match 4-6, 6-4, 6-3. 2 hours and 11 minutes of pure grinding. Overall, this match was really tough, and it felt more like a mental match than an actual tennis match, Osaka said afterward. "I don't feel like I played that well, but it was more fighting through every point." That victory sent her into her 3rd semifinal of the season and her 1st semifinal since the 2025 US Open. It's been a slow, steady build back toward the top for Osaka this year. A quarterfinal run at Wimbledon, a final appearance at the Bad Homburg Open, and now this. She is hunting for her 1st title since 2021 and her 8th career trophy overall. But here's the uncomfortable truth hanging over her camp heading into this semifinal. She just showed the entire tour exactly how to beat her. Get inside the court on her 2nd serve. Make her fight for every single point. Force her into unforced errors early. And waiting for her in the semifinals is a player whose entire game is built around exactly that kind of relentless, patient pressure. 2 worlds colliding. This is what makes this semifinal so fascinating. It isn't just a clash of nations, though that storyline alone is historic. It's a genuine clash of styles. Osaka's game is built on power. A booming serve, flat, crushing ground strokes that can end a point in 2 or 3 shots if she's dialed in. When she's on, there are very few players on tour who can live with her ball striking. Eala's game is built on something different. Patience, footwork, and mental discipline. She doesn't try to out-hit her opponents. She waits. She absorbs pressure, extends rallies, and lets more powerful players beat themselves against a wall that simply will not crack. It's exactly the kind of game style that gave Osaka trouble against Cacciaretto, and Eala does it better, more consistently than almost anyone left in this draw. Osaka herself has been paying close attention to Eala's rise for a long time, and it's not just casual interest. I remember watching one of her matches last year at the US Open, Osaka said, and it was kind of mind-blowing. I didn't think tennis could have an atmosphere like that. It almost felt more like a basketball game. I've kind of routinely wanted to check in on her, not personally, but just to keep following her story and see how she's growing. She continued, reflecting on the matchup ahead. I've never played Alex before, but I've seen some of her matches. She's had an incredible year so far. Honestly, playing her would really be fun for me, just to get that knowledge about how she plays. Eala, for her part, has nothing but respect for the legend standing across the net. But make no mistake, respect is not the same as fear. She is, of course, such an accomplished player, Eala said. I think she's made waves on and off the tennis court for so many reasons, and there's so much respect for her for that. I'm really excited. I haven't had that much time to think about it, but I will definitely think about it after I get off. And when asked directly about her mindset heading into the biggest match of her career, Eala didn't sound like someone who was satisfied just to be there. I hope that I can give her a tough time, she said. I know the crowd is going to really show up for both of us. What's actually on the line? Let's step back for a second and talk about what this match really means for both of these players, because the stakes go far beyond a single trophy. For Osaka, this is about legacy repair. She hasn't won a title since 2021. For Grand Slams and a former #1 ranking, and yet here she is at 28 years old, fighting to prove she can still climb back to the top of the sport. A win here pushes her into her second final of the season and keeps alive the dream of that elusive 8th career title. For Eala, this is about arrival. She has already cracked the WTA rankings top 25 for the first time in her career off the back of this tournament. She's already won a title on the WTA 125 circuit this year in Birmingham. A win over a 4-time major champion on this stage in this kind of spotlight would not just be a career-best result. It would be a statement to the entire tour that she belongs in the conversation with the very best players in the world, not as a rising prospect anymore, but as a legitimate contender. And there's a deeper layer to all of this. This is being billed as the first All-Asian semifinal in WTA 500 level history. 2 different countries, 2 completely different tennis cultures, 2 athletes who have each, in their own way, carried enormous expectations on their shoulders. Osaka as a global icon who redefined what a tennis superstar could look like off the court, and Eala as the player carrying the hopes of Filipino tennis fans who have waited a generation for a player like her. The tournament's own social media account summed up the excitement in 3 simple words: get the popcorn ready. What the fans are saying. Tennis fans online have been split right down the middle on this one, and the debate has been fierce. One fan predicted flatly, if she beats Osaka, she's taking the title. Another pushed back hard. It might be too soon for Alex to beat Osaka. I'm going with the proven winner this time. A third fan pointed to something worth watching closely. One thing everyone is ignoring is that Alex excels against opponents larger than herself. And then there's the counterargument, just as loud. Naomi is going to overpower her. Simple as that. Even the bookmakers see this as tighter than you'd expect for a matchup between a 4-time major champion and an unseeded 21-year-old. Osaka is favored, but not by much, and there's a growing feeling among analysts that this could be a genuinely high-scoring, back-and-forth battle rather than a straightforward blowout. The weight of the moment. Think about what each of these players is carrying onto the court. Osaka has been here before. Bigger stages, bigger finals, Grand Slam trophies lifted in front of the entire world. But she also knows exactly what it feels like to lose that aura of invincibility, to have young, hungry players stop being intimidated by her name. She needs this win not just for the ranking points, but to prove to herself that the version of Naomi Osaka who used to steamroll through draws is still in there. Eala has never faced anything like this before. She has beaten Olympic champions and Grand Slam semifinalists this year, yes, but she has never stood across the net from someone with Osaka's specific blend of power, big match experience, and sheer aura. Every single point in this match will be a new experience for her, and how she responds to that pressure, in front of a crowd that the players themselves have already predicted will be electric for both of them, might tell us more about her ceiling as a player than anything else she's done all season. The moment of truth. So here we are, Two athletes, one court, a place in the final, and $252,000 on the line. A four-time Grand Slam champion trying to prove her comeback is real, against a 21-year-old trying to prove she isn't just a great story, she's a great player. Osaka's power against Eala's patience. Experience against hunger. A legend against a phenomenon. Nobody watching this match knows for certain how it ends. Not the fans arguing online, not the bookmakers setting the odds, not even the two players walking out onto that court. What we do know is this. Whoever wins this semifinal will have earned it the hard way, against an opponent who has absolutely nothing to fear and everything to prove. This is exactly the kind of match that tennis history remembers. If you want to see how this incredible story unfolds, who breaks first, who finds their game when it matters most, and whether we get to witness a changing of the guard in real time, make sure you're subscribed and you've got notifications turned on, because this is a moment in tennis you do not want to find out about secondhand. Eala has spent this entire tournament proving that nothing is too big for her. Now she's about to find out if that's true against the biggest name she's ever faced. Let's see what happens next.